everyone. Today is your last day in the freshman year program, yeah, and the first year program. How's everybody's doing? Can you guys turn on your video? I want to see your face for a second. Okay. Hi, Benetton. Hi, Rico.
Hi, Miss.
Hello. Hi, Omar.
Hello, Miss.
See, how's everybody doing? Hi, Karam, Nisa, Lefina, Abrar, Rafael, Justin. Who else in the room? Srikandi. How should I call you, Srikandi? Sri or Srikandi or Jaya or what?
It's Jayan.
Kenapa? Jayanti? Okay. All right. Hi, Farhan, James, Rafi, Enrico, Dafa, Janice. We have Hans. Okay. Everybody's doing okay. How's the FYP program so far?
It's good.
Good. Been excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, today's the last day, and starting Monday, you are officially a freshman in BINUS University, in IB program, International Business Program. So I'd like to again welcoming you. Hope you have a fabulous 4 years in BINUS with all its ups and downs. But you know what? I'm sure you guys can do it. You guys can excel, and you know, as we're going to listen from one of our alumni, his name is Edward Chandra, and I'm gonna let Ibu Lily to talk to him later on. Just you know, just talk with him, chat with him, how he was during his school, what did he learn, what was the struggle, what was the challenges during college, and so many other things that I think you guys as freshmen, you guys can learn from him. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Ibu Dahlia and Edbert, and the floor is yours, Ibu Lily and Edbert. Thank you so much for coming.
Okay, thank you so much, Ibu Ayu, and also good afternoon for you all. I'm very happy that we can meet again, even though it's online, yeah. But some of you, I think, already met me in the offline for I think it was yesterday. And also, I would like to welcome Edbert. Hi, Edbert. It's nice to see you again.
Good to see you again, Miss.
Well, Edbert, in fact, was my student, I think, back in 2010, perhaps.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. And I'm very glad that Ibu Ayu actually invited him. We didn't know until this afternoon. Okay. So today is actually very informal, yeah, Ibu Ayu, and also you guys, that we would like to get some of the experience of Edward during maybe his study in BINUS, as well as right now he's already in some of the well-known company, I can say, in here, and then he can share as well with us about his journey after graduation from BINUS and up till now. Okay, so I would like to start with a very short introduction of him. Hold on. Okay, so Edward, right now he's married and having one daughter. His personality, I can say he's achiever, and at the end is an in mind, pay in advance. You know what? When Edward was my student, he always sit in the front row of the class. So I still remember him basically when he gave me the picture, so I remember him, Edward. Okay, so Edward joined BINUS International in 2009, yeah, and then after that graduate in 2013, if I'm not mistaken, right, Edward?
Yep, Miss.
Yes. So it was 4 years basically. So it's achievable basically, yeah, for like 4 years graduate from BINUS. And after that, he continued to the master degree, and it is still with the BINUS University in Business School. Okay, so after he graduate, yeah, so let's have a look in here. Right now, he is joining Grab, yeah, as the key, as a strategic account manager. He just recently joined Grab in 2020, but before that, when he graduated from BINUS, he was with Intel, right, in here, and then do some a little bit on digital marketing, stay there less than 1 year. Then after that, he got a good opportunity in Microsoft and stay there for like 3 years, almost like 4 years basically. And he was one of the key account manager, and then looking after for the retail as well as the product managers. And after that, he got the opportunity also to join with the Samsung Indonesia for about like 2 years in here. And moving to the e-commerce, Lazada, as a senior key account manager for the mobile phone product basically. And then right now he is with Grab. Okay. So if you take a look at his journey in here, he has already being like in the industry for less than 10 years, but more than 5 years. And then he has a lot of experience basically in the Intel, Microsoft, Samsung, as well as the e-commerce, and right now in Grab. But before that, when in BINUS, I believe that he also had the chance to do the internship in a company called Lion. It's a Japanese company. Okay, I think we can start to have a very informal conversation. And guys, when you do have a question, feel free to write in the chat room so we can actually have a very informal discussion in this case. Okay, Edward, I would like to know, back again in 2009, why you choose the BINUS and why you choose maybe international business program majoring in marketing.
Okay. First of all, thank you, Bu Ayu, and thank you, Bu Lily, for the opportunity. And if I may say, it's a quite long story back then, because my parents actually wanted me to having an overseas colleague, yeah, and then they sent me to Singapore basically to browse a couple universities there, you know, like SMU and then LaSalle back then, and Raffles. And then I said it's quite, you know, sad and challenging as well to be apart with my parents and my family. So we decided to look after for the Indonesian you know, options in here. And I heard back then BINUS International from my family. So he was saying that BINUS is also having a international university. And then yeah, back then I also curious, right, to find out. Okay, I thought BINUS was only for IT, right? And then yeah, I go to the university, and yeah, pretty impressive back then. Although the parking lot quite small, yeah.
Up to now, actually, you can.
Oh, still. Okay. Yeah. And then I heard the, how to say, the presentation, and then I decided to join because the curriculum is very good and up to date with the international standards. And also back then we are having a native lectures, yeah, native lectures from like Miss Karen, yeah, Miss Didier, yeah. So I was quite fortunate to, you know, be able to found BINUS and start studying there. Yeah.
No regret that you are joining BINUS, right?
No, at all.
What do you like about BINUS, or maybe like international business program?
So basically, was my mother decision to finally influence me to take the international businesses, because these days which is these days very useful for me. Back then was I came from entrepreneurship background, family background, and yeah, my mother think that if I take the business study, and someday somehow I can continue the business, the family business. But then how to say, in international business, basically I learned a lot, which is I never expect that I should learn that a lot. I learned from various subjects such as HR. I learned IT, although it's quite chop of it, a part of it, and then I learned about the what else? Yeah, management, business, and also finance, which is helped a lot in my career.
So you think that the IB program or subjects is giving you a lot of support for what you when you are in your job right now, and also maybe
Exactly.
when you are looking for a job at the first time.
Exactly.
Mm.
Because in IB, as I mentioned before, I learned a lot, very of the subjects that I got, and also when especially in my journey, it's more into the account manager. Yeah, basically account manager is handling all from A to Z in the partners. So yeah, my resources that I got from the IB, which is very helpful for me. That is why no regret.
No regret. Okay. Perhaps Edward, maybe our friend in here doesn't really know what the key account manager is. Maybe you can elaborate a little bit. What is the key account manager, and how is it going to be related to with the IB? Maybe one or two like the subjects that in IB.
So it's basically how to say, trusted advisor lah, for the partners. You basically get trusted by the partners to be in both sides, both in your company and their company, to be the advisor for their businesses. So it's not only I'm saying that it's not only how to say, grow in terms of the businesses, you're also taking care of the people, the relationship, and the finance stuff, and then some of it in my case, there is an integrations, which is technical aspects, and also the customer after sales service, we call it customer service. Yeah. So it's quite broad spectrum. And in terms of OKR, we can say OKR, objective key results. We have to deliver a certain amount of target, which is quite challenging. That is why they call it target. And often alongside the way with those headache, yeah, we got extra reward, like it's a stretch target. So yeah, it makes the game more interesting for me. That is why starting from Microsoft and until now, I decided to pavement my way in the account manager.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe before I continue some of the maybe question in here, I would like to ask from the students in here. Do you have any questions, guys? Any questions? Not yet? You can also put in the chat room. Okay. Maybe they are still thinking what the question should be from this one. But Edward, when you were in BINUS, did you do some of the or join some of the activities in BINUS besides that you have to study? Did you do that one?
Of course, Miss. I do join a couple organizations, and I feel that back then, yeah, to feel how to say to fill up my spare time instead of playing game back then, because I don't like to play games. Yeah, so I feel my spare time with the organization's experience, which is kind of help me in terms of interpersonal skill, which is I deal with people from different backgrounds, and it helped me to understand people more, having a multiple or matrix conversation or topics, and also couple times we got a chance to raise a charity. Yeah, it's kind of, we have to tweak our ideas and approach to get it done, get as much as we can with limited resources. So it helps me a lot.
Do you think that by joining the activities in BINUS is also disturbing you? It is disturbing you of the study, of your time for study?
Fortunate for me, I was got, I don't know, one semester, I guess, to collaborate with some of NGO, yeah, non-profit, non-government organization, yeah, which is Wali and YAM, yeah. So we also have a kind of activities with them, with the organizations, and we do also have a business competition, yeah, business plan competition as well. And I did participate with the organizations.
So it's not just only studying, you can say, yeah, in BINUS, but you advise our colleague in here for sure also join some of the activities besides just only studying, yeah, because they can learn how to meet with the different people, yeah, mingle and organize with do some organization activities basically, right? Okay. Well, when I take a look at the your what is it, your career in here, this, I think I would like to know about Lion Japan. When we did the conversation this afternoon, you mentioned that you did internship in this company, right?
Yep, it's true, Miss.
Can you maybe tell us a little bit about your internship experience? How did you get it, the Lion Japan? But maybe you can also let us know what is actually the product of the Lion Japan. Maybe some of us in here is not really familiar with the Lion Japan.
So for me, to take the Lion was also a privilege, because supposedly I only have a internship program for a month. Back then, it was to fulfill the experience for the internship in the short semester. So I managed to take it for 3 months in the supply chain management team. Yeah, so was quite new back then. Yeah, it's not a photocopy or coffee making kind of a job, because back then, yeah, they know I came from BINUS and also BINUS International. So yeah, they quite giving me sort of a job that which is quite challenging back then to maintain the inventory. So Lion was operate for the FMCG industry. So basically, Lion Japan is how to say, a joint venture between the Wings Group, Sayap Utama, with the Lion Japan. So their products like Mama Lemon, Mama Lime, Kodomo.
The what dishwashing?
Yes,
Mama
dishwashing.
Lemon. Huh?
Dishwashing shampoo and Amaron, if I'm not mistaken. And then a couple of lotions and also the Kodomo. Yeah, did I mention Kodomo? Okay. Kodomo. Yeah, and pretty much they are moving very fast, and then yeah, I quite surprised to get the PPIC STM. Is PPIC stands for production planning and inventory control. So you can you imagine that I need to start doing the forecasting kind of thing to start from the raw material, the paste of the Kodomo, the paste of Ciptaden and stuff, and then to start forecasting the tube and the plastic cap and everything basically. Yeah. But then was giving out a suggestion to the how to say my manager, my mentor back then, because they kind of having a stock first to make rather than to keep up the demand. You know what I'm saying, like that they produce first and then they do the marketing. So instead of they do the full marketing first and then make the order. So yeah, it's quite challenging back then to give the opinion, because remembering that my position back then was quite new and quite junior, because I'm internship. But then they finally hear the advice, and they took it to the next level. And by that I got, as I mentioned, I got 3 months there. I got another extra job basically to manage the warehouse, because from the incoming and the outbounding warehouse quite, how to say, crowded. So I need to make analysis and give the feedback to my mentee back then.
This is something that you thinking before, that you have to take care of the supply chain.
Luckily enough, yeah, I got the subject from the IB.
Supply chain, yeah. And then you apply it when you are doing the internship in Lion.
Yeah, of course. It's once in a lifetime experience. Yeah, so I applied. I make as much mistake I can make, learn from it, because they will tolerate anyway, because I'm quite junior back then.
Well, Lily, I'd like to ask a question to Edward, if I may.
Yes, please. Ibu Ayu.
Okay, Edward, I was intrigued when you say, when you were interning and you said, I didn't make coffee or just do photocopy because they know I'm from BINUS Inter. Do you think internship companies, do you think they have a certain standard, or they expect certain something from student of BINUS Inter, in your opinion?
Back then the industry still no BINUS, but then when it comes to BINUS Inter, back then was quite they quite wonder, miss. So yeah, I need to explain a bit to them, and then they realize, oh wow, such a high standard for us, or even for BINUS itself already met the standard, right, the industrial standard, but then it's taking to another level. So yeah, I guess that's becoming the how to say, value proposition for myself.
Okay. I think that's also good for the freshmen to know, that when they actually enter, internship semesters, they know that companies expect so much from them because they are BINUS inter students. They are not just, they'll be doing real jobs, not just making coffee or making photocopies for the supervisors, right? Or doing errands, but they will actually do real work, right?
Even if I may share more in relates to you opinion back then was in the Intel, actually was a quite last minute submission from my end to join the presentations from Intel, and then finally I got a chance to participate in Intel digital marketing team. And it's a real stuff.
Yeah.
Even though it was quite what was my title? Associate back then. My title was associate back then in Intel, and it's like getting a real experience from the industry. It's like the adrenaline rush for me, right?
Yeah.
Back then was quite young, miss. To get a budget from your supervisor. Hey man, I have a 1000K. You can manage it for social media and stuff, and you create a campaign, whatever you like, improve this, yeah, and then report back to me, yeah. Okay, I done it, and then the manager impressed, and then yeah, I got more budget back then.
Right. Wow, I think that's really cool, and thank you for sharing about your internship company, because I think it's a good what you call it, preparation, especially for the freshmen when they actually facing internship programs. They know that it's not just a program, but it's something that you should be taking seriously about it, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
because
sharing.
it helps us in the future to define where we want to go in our
Yeah.
journey. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Otherwise, we don't know, right? And for me, my principle, I don't want to be drifted away in the universe and having nowhere to go. But then I decided, that is why I'm saying paying in advance. I need to explore first. I need to experience. Oh yeah, I think this is my style. Yeah, I think this is my way to do it within the industry. I think fits well with me. The value that I can offer to the marketplace, and then just fit in. Yes.
Yeah, that's really good. Thank you, Edward. Bulili, I think there's some questions on the chat.
Yeah, we have 3 questions in here. Okay, let me read the first one coming from Calvin. Hi, Calvin. Okay, so Calvin, if you have a chance, Edward, to go back to your freshman year, what will you do during your freshman year?
Freshman year, I will probably consume my spare time instead of watching a movie and going hangouts. I will do certifications and more learnings in terms of the businesses and financial stuffs earlier. And then start to paving my the industry and the preparations for my professional career.
Okay. Kelvin, do you still have question from the explanation of the from Edward?
I think that's all good. It's good. Thank you.
Thanks, Kelvin. So, okay, so we move on to Karim. Do you feel that uni prepared you for the real world?
It's a tough question. So,
being honest, yeah, Edward.
Yeah, of course. So, what's a tough question actually? So, when we're saying a real world, it's quite growth aspect, and for myself, at least I got a kind of a survival kits lah, yeah, survival kits, also survival weapons, like very least I have a knife. When I feel hungry, I can chop down a leaf or anything to eat, and can hunt a animal to eat. Yeah, at least like that, Karen. And then in terms of preparations, back again to each and every individuals, where quite broad in terms of the implementation and applications within an individual, each and every individual. So in my case, I feel equipped and prepared, because as I shared before, I got first internship from UNIF as well, and then I got my experience that backed me up till today is from UNIF as well.
Okay, so your Lion internship is you got it from BINUS, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, okay.
Juanita, Miss.
Oh, okay. So from BINUS, yeah. Because we also have a lot of opportunity in here for the internship. And there are some company as well looking for the intern from BINUS, basically. Well, I miss actually Karim also asked a question before about what was the biggest transitional issue you faced when you started at the college?
My biggest transition was the language, actually, because I came from national school, so no English. But then I took English course, and then entered the unit, and as I mentioned, the lectures are native, speak no bahasa. So first couple months, I need to adapt, but then it goes well. I guess that's the answer for Karen.
Okay, so language actually they're going to be the barrier. But if I may extend his questions, beside the language, is there any like harder or challenges when you started entering the college life?
College and school totally different, Miss. If I may say. College, we need to take care of ourselves, basically. We need to be responsible on our time. Quite transition from the school to college, right? I think that's a perspective for me.
Okay, thank you. We move on to the Abrar. Hi, Abrar. You have question in here? What's one advice that you can give to us freshmen that will help us for uni to be successful in uni, basically?
You should take the the subjects that you really like and really match with your patience and patience and objective of your professional career. Maybe you want to do professional career, or you want to make a business or become an entrepreneur. Maybe that's answering your question, Abra.
So you have to, I think here sometimes students cannot have an option, because sometimes but you do have to have a passion, basically, when you are doing, or like you are working or like studying, you do have to have a passion in here. Okay, I continue to Diane. When you transferred from one company to the other, what consideration did you take? How did you know it was the right choice?
Wow.
Because you have, okay,
what a question.
That's a good question. Wow.
It's $1 million question, So what transitioned back then was, if you see my experience in here, it's quite sometimes, and I decided to move. Yeah, basically from my experience in internship, I was get exposed in the tech industry from the Intel, and then I got a chance to meet and explore and expand my networking. That's what I value the most from the internship. And yeah, I got exposed to Microsoft. I entered as a M&A. M&A stands for the multinational account, which is back then Lenovo. Lenovo quite small back then, was in the 2013. And back then I was only 23 years old and managed such a big brand, and feel the right and the enjoyment and the excitement of grow together with the accounts and the team. Yeah, and then that's the time I think to leverage my knowledge and my experience to level up myself eventually. And then I took, that is why back then I was called M&A partner key account manager, M&A CAM, because I proved myself not only Lenovo that really grew, but also another M&A accounts like Acer, Dell, Fujitsu, and Panasonic I was taking care of. And then after that, I was foreseeing myself actually, what next? That will be the question for me as well. Every time I work in a company, what next? So I spoke to my director. Basically, in Microsoft quite linear structure, so I only 2 layers or three layers from the directors. So I have a easy access to them. And then I spoke about my career path, and then basically I got this position. It's quite new back then. Even nobody ever make, or ever contribute or thinking about this business, because it involves online channel and modern. Yeah. No one ever think about, hey man, buy Microsoft product from the Best Denki, from Electronic City, never. And even from back then was Lazada, Blibli, something like that. So I need to develop these businesses from scratch to reach $1 million for a quarter. And also I got a chance to enhance my portfolio to become a product manager for Microsoft accessories. So it's actually combined together. So same experience happened in my next career. Yeah, I guess that's will be the answer for Dean questions. So to sum up, I think we should know that when you reach a certain milestone, you need to kind of taking a step back for yourself, and then evaluate that what you done, and then what's your achievement, and then you will ask yourself again, what's next. Maybe that's maybe the answer question.
Diane, you have any further questions in regards of your previous questions?
No, actually, Edward answered it really well. Thank you.
But it's not a perfect example, yeah, because I move quite a lot, despite the other reasons, yeah. Like in Samsung, they offer me quite a huge payout, yeah, so I moved.
Opportunity doesn't come twice. That's why. Okay.
Exactly.
In fact, I do have a question extending the Diane, because Intel, Microsoft, Samsung is quite an technical electronic company. But when you are with Lazada or previously with Lion and right now with your Grab, it's a very different industry, right? How are you? What is it? Do you face any challenges moving to the different kind of industries?
The challenge will be the culture, miss. Each and every company will be having a different culture. Like in Lion, was very, family and very nationalist company. Even I do the absence, with
Clock in. You have to clock in and then you have to clock out.
yeah, and I often came late because I was live in Sunter and very, quite bad the traffic, and I used to clock twice, to make the clock, blur. And I said to my manager, oh, it was on time. Yeah, so the culture quite different when I enter Intel. First time in the office, I asked, do I need to absence? No, they said, even you don't need to be present in the office.
In the office.
Yeah, so long you deliver the number, everything will go okay.
Okay, so while he's on the line, okay, let's have a look here about the chat again. Okay, guys, while we are waiting for Edward to come back because he has to take important calls, right? So I do hope by hearing some of explanation from him, you can get some of the idea in the working life, yeah. And then you can start actually from the very beginning when you are enter university, by joining some of the activities in the uni, as well as you are signed up for internship in this case. If I'm not mistaken, I think in the third year or the second year, yeah, you have to do the internship. And I think this is a very good start because couple years back, we put the internship is quite in at the end of the study. But right now you can start it from very beginning. So you get the feeling when you are out there from the uni, and then you have to work with the maybe your supervisor who are older than you are, and then you have to also meet different kind of people. You have to do something in the teamwork in which you didn't know or you doesn't know before. So this is some things that your exercise basically to go to the real world, and in BINUS, what we are trying to do to prepare you as soon as possible, basically.
Can I add something, Ms. Lily?
Yes, Pak Marco. Hi, Pak Marco. Glad.
Hi, good to see you. Hi, everyone. Just by looking at the Edward experience, you can see that from number 2 to number 5, there is a very constant career that he developed. So I mean, like almost all of them, he chose to become a key account manager. Just like he said, it's probably same with business development, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like the role is to approach clients perhaps, or potential customers that he is actually building some image about the company itself. So not just selling, but to convince the partner that it's a good, they can make a good business with his company. For instance, Microsoft, then you have Samsung. I mean, everyone here would notice all of this company is a multinational company, very famous of its kind, right? And I think it doesn't. He didn't make it in purpose. I mean, he didn't make it coincidentally. I mean, he really made his pathway, what his interest is, what he wants to become, is very consistent. All right. I think this is something that you need to plan beforehand, or even before you graduate. Yeah, maybe 4 years from now. That what is it that you want to become? What interest that you are going to pursue, and what do you need to prepare, right? A simple stuff would be like this. You want to become a key account manager. It means that you have to have a good communication skill, top notch amongst your colleagues, your friends. We offer a course called business communication. Okay. Other than that, we have a lot of things that we encourage students to be confident when they have to present in front of the class. You have the ability to improve yourself in making a good slides in PowerPoint, right? All of these things are a baseline, a fundamental line when you start to create or to become a good key account person, okay, or a business development. So it's the communication skill that you need. It's the self-confidence that you have to prepare. And 4 years is not enough. I mean, you really have to excel yourself during this 4 years time. You really have to know what you will do. Although some of the courses may or may not be related to what you are interested in, but then again, it's your determinations, it's your agility, and somehow if you fail in one sense, then you have to bounce back and how you actually improve yourself, make yourself confident. So that's the key issue that you have to prepare. Okay. Thank you, Bully.
Thank you, Pak Marco.
I want to ask some of the students here, because I think reading from the questions that you have for Edward, I sense you have some of this, maybe it's not fear, but the fear of the unknown, right? Like you don't know what you are facing, let alone getting an internship. If I can ask one of you guys, what is the biggest fear or the biggest assumption that you have about college so far? Anybody want to share? What's your biggest fear that you have? A never-ending grind. Okay.
Okay.
That's probably true. Priska or Fabian, you probably want to share because this is not your first year in college. How was your first year?
From my first year. Oh, were you asking about my fear, Miss?
Yeah.
My biggest fear would be fear of letting people down, because people tends to put a high expectations towards me, and sometimes it can be a little bit of pressure, Miss. So I know that there's nothing such as perfection, but it does give a pressure.
Okay. Now that you passed your first year, how is that feeling? Does it still persist, or is gone now, or you just like, oh, actually it's not as bad as I thought, or
It's still it's actually give more pressure, miss, because I got higher GPA compared to the first semester. So I feel like how can I manage this? How I don't want to lose it now, and I don't want to break it. Yeah, miss.
yeah. But I think that's a good, maybe not fear, but I think it's a good, what you call it, it's a good, I don't want to say fear, but yeah, motivation. I think, Enrico, I think you said it right. It's a good stress, right? Because you have bad stress and you have good stress, right? But I think maintaining a good GPA can be counted as a good stress. Do you agree, Bu Lily?
Yes,
It's a good
yes.
stress, right? Like, okay, I'm motivated. I have to do good. I don't want to let people down. So it's a good stress, right? It motivates you, right?
Yes, miss. Indeed.
Priska was like, yeah, miss. Okay, miss. Tapi tetap stress.
No.
Yeah, miss. Okay.
Yes, yeah. Well, easy to say, but well.
Is that as easy, Miss Ayu? Gitu ya. We know. But yeah, but I think it's really good when you're talking about your stress or your fear. So, whoever here, when you have that anxiety, or you have a fear of, I don't think I can do this, or it's just too hard or whatever, it's time for you to actually talk to somebody. Don't keep it to yourself. Say to you, share to your good friends. Don't keep it to yourself. Okay, nggak sehat, right? Just say it out loud. I'm so stressful, but it's okay. It's just for the day. Tomorrow will be better, right? So, yeah. Agree nggak, Bu Lili?
Agree. Well, yesterday, I think you already know Ibu Bulan, right? You also know us, the faculty member in IB. So if you do have difficulties, you can talk to you can, of course, you can talk to your friends, but you can also come to us and then discuss with us.
Yeah,
Thank
agree.
you.
We are not mean.
Yeah. We can be mean, but not that mean, right?
Yes.
Not that.
It depends on you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Edward is back already. We continue, Edward, to the where were we before
Sorry,
you?
Miss Lily and Miss Ayu. Was receiving a call from my director.
No, it's okay. Where were
Yeah,
we
you don't need
before?
that.
It's often in these days, especially when we work from home. Yeah, I often have 2 or 3 Zoom call at the same time. So yeah, I need to kind of divide it myself. But this time I cannot because my director was calling me.
No problem. Where were we before you taking a call? I think, hold on. Let me go back to the chat room in here. I think we already answered the question from Karim as well as from Dayan. Yeah, okay. So here, Farhan, yeah. Which one did you prefer after graduated at BINUS International? Continue studying for a master degree or going to find a job? Wow.
Interesting question from Farhan, and I can share mine. Basically, for me to take the master degree was kind of accidental.
Accidents.
Yeah, it's true. I'll be very honest. Enter Microsoft. I work and I asked my senior, and hey man, welcome, BINUS. And then he said, I want to take master degree. Oh wow, cool. And then week passed by, and then he said, "You want to join me? Take master degree?" I guess it will be interesting. Yeah. So then we apply together. We take TOEFL together, and then I got accepted, and yeah, the journey go on. Yeah. So back then, yeah, when we can say intention, it's more to again networking, again fulfilling my basic needs in terms of knowledge, which is I believe the exposure will be different because master degree will meet lots of practitioner, lots of industrial experts along the way. Maybe that's I can share toward the Farhan questions.
Okay. But when you joined the master degree, it was 1 year after you graduate from your undergrad, or maybe 2 years.
It was on 2013 April, if I'm not mistaken.
So it's not really long period after you are graduate from the S1.
Yep.
Okay.
My office is also nearby the.
The one in SCBD, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So instead of spending time in traffic, yeah, I spend my time to study and earn the degree.
Okay. Did you have any like regret that you are pursuing your master degree quite like after your S1, or if you can go back, is it better that you are waiting for a couple of years than you are continuing your master degree, or just go straight like what you are doing right now?
For my discussion with couple colleagues, basically again back to your needs and your capability of doing it. Yeah, of course, back again to resources like time, money, and stuff, budget and stuff. And then for me it was, yeah, I again my principle is to pay in advance while I have time instead of spending time in traffic jam. I decided to take the master degree, and there is no regret, Miss.
Master degree is actually something that yeah, quite pay off, and then it's important something.
It leveraged my esteem as well among the candidates, and esteem in this case is not kind of sombong, but then esteem is more to self actualization, to prove that actually I can manage my time to manage the workload and manage the master degree tasks and homework. Yeah, we do have homework and case study in master.
Okay, thank you, Edward. Well, I take a look at the chat room. Is there any question from students in here? Marco, maybe do you have question for Edward?
Yeah, I guess as I explained, probably one thing that you said before was that you need to be able to fill in something that they need, right? Something that they require from you, and then somehow you fit that in. Yeah, your ability, your capability, your strength, right? So everything fits into what the company needs. So what's the tip for that, Edward?
Well, thank you, Pak Marco. For me, because I'm taking IB and I learn various subjects, and it's like doing a puzzle kind of thing. It's like make to order kind of thing. So not manipulating, but for me, I store my whatever experience that I gain or have, and then yeah, whenever the opportunity came, or even I often look after for the current trend toward the industry. So we will be the first, at least the first to understand that opportunity well compared to our competitors. So for me, that will be the answer.
Just one more thing. This has to do with what our new students here, BINUSIAN 2025, would expect, right? You had a course, if you still remember, business statistic, business math, accounting, something that has to do with numbering. Probably, I don't know, maybe you are one of the person who doesn't like counting so much. but actually when you did graduate, how useful is that when you learn?
Myself, eventually, I like numbers.
Okay. So it's the other way around, yeah? Okay. So how do you actually like this number courses? So that you can actually share with the students who probably hates it or probably would avoid it, but actually it's useful, isn't it?
Indeed, mastering numbers. Yeah, as I said, I came from entrepreneur family background, and since high school, I already got exposure to money, we can say, business, and then for me, numbers is logic. Number is kind of hurdle to solve. Yeah, and then if I can solve as fast as possible compared to my other colleague, I feel very satisfied, of course. And then it helps me to understand better in the thought process, in the solving the quite complex problem, because yeah, again, number is it's more to how we train our brain, yeah, potential to crack the problem and find a solution, basically, instead of focusing on the problem.
Right. It's actually,
feel.
yeah. So it's actually to help you to solve a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, and
With those numbers, yeah.
I believe I score well in those number subject compared to kind of written economics and stuff.
Okay. Apparently, I will be teaching economics though. but all these things that you have learned, right? It does helps you in the real world, right?
Yep.
Either as a soft skill or the technical skill or any skill that you can choose. The baseline would be anything that you have learned during the college.
It's not yeah, again, as the previous questions from the chat have mentioned, that what does UNIF gave us, yeah, it's kind of survival kit, Pak Marco. It's really survival kits for us, at least when we have a problem, yeah, we know, oh yeah, I got it in this class, yeah, I can use it. That's all.
Excellent. Yeah, interesting. Thank you.
Edward, if when you were in the phone last time, yeah, and then are you asking what makes maybe the freshman a little bit afraid of entering the uni life, and then we got some of the answer from Calvin, Clarissa, and Enrico, the free rider people, the motivation. Did you experience before when you were in the freshman or when you are in uni? And if yes, how did you deal with that? Because this is maybe something that we cannot avoid when we are entering the uni.
My colleague, when I was IB, maybe Miss also know, right? Most of my colleague coming from filthy rich family, so they came into the class and then in the middle of the class, they whoosh disappear, go to Sensi and stuff.
Okay.
So
Cannot
it's
be
not a good
followed like this.
example,
Yeah, this
actually.
is not a good example for the previous
So yeah,
years.
so for me was also wow, yeah, and you know, is this a uni life? And then yeah, I always say to myself that, you know, istilahnya rumput tetangga lebih hijau gitu kan, but I'm not planting a rumput, I'm not planting a grass. Yeah, so yeah, that segregate me. Even for me, was got a chance to mentor them, to make, yeah, because they, yeah, again, they came from filthy rich family, grades does not matter, and then yeah, again, they come to kind of fixing processes, was appointed by the school to give lectures for them. It's kind of tutor back then.
Yeah, we do have a tutor basically, yeah, in BINUS to help our friends that maybe they are not really good at some of the subjects. Well, that's an interesting that you point out that some of your colleagues at that time are coming from the wealthy family, and some maybe not care about the grades because the family already have the business, and then they just continue. But I just would like to remind you guys in here that even though, if I may suggest, even though you are coming from the wealthy and everything is being supported by your family, you have to, what is it? You have to be able to become a mature person, and then you have to use your time, yeah, in BINUS, yeah, for enriching your knowledge, enriching your personality, because you have to be your own basically. Menjadi orang yang mandiri lah in here. Even though maybe your family is already give you all, but again, we in BINUS, we are at BINUS in here would like to have you as a mature person later on during your study in BINUS, and also when you are out from BINUS basically. Yeah, that's good. Okay, Edward, right now you already finished your study, actually like the master degree. But I see in your LinkedIn that you are taking some certification right now.
Yeah.
So any background why you have to do the certification while you already like, you know, have a good position in your office, and then you already get the master degree. So what is the reason?
I have a time, yes, because you know these days, yeah, we all work from home, right? And we don't have to, you know, commute from home to office and office to home. Then I have plenty of them, which is after the office hour. Usually I take a bicycle ride to near the home complex for about 30 minutes, and then yeah, after that, what else I can do? Yeah, I take the courses, which is I asked for my HR in Grab, and eventually they gave me access to certifications learning, which is I found very useful for me. And I took whatever courses that I feel I need to take and improve my, you know, again, thought process, again, my experience, and my value in the marketplace, of course. Like I took the leadership, project management, and adaptive and resilience course, and also I just finished my C and C++ and C++ courses. It's a coding.
Oh, it's a coding, yeah. It's very hard to learn that one.
Quite hard, but in IB I already got, but yeah, I think I need to refresh my memory again, because I Mr. Ali Jabbar back then. I got it from the MIS, if I'm not mistaken.
MIS, yeah. Last time we have MIS, yeah. Uniform system.
It's quite interesting. That is why I'm saying in IB, I quite fortunate to get as many as experience as possible, and it kind of, yeah, it's like I'm having a backpack in my bag, you know. Whatever happens, I can, you know, oh, this experience can fit with this problem and so on.
So using that certification is something that's useful. I mean, looking back, looking at our freshmen right now, is it good? I'm not, is it good, but it is something useful for them to take when they are still studying, or we just to wait until maybe we finish. How is it?
Of course, miss, it's very good if we can take in the early days. As I think I mentioned earlier, if I may back to the first year, and what would I improve for myself? Yeah, the certification, of course, because whenever you finish the uni life and came to the marketplace, came to the industry, you will have a stronger standpoint, stronger value to offer to the marketplace, and will be something to look after by the hiring manager. And it proves yourself that, you know, you're not just completing your assignment kind of thinking, finishing the uni life, but you do an extra mile. So that's the tangible value that you can offer via the certification.
So it is advisable, yeah, at birth that our freshman colleague in here preparing for some certification, right? Something that maybe they like it, they can start the start with the subject they like it, and they do some of the certification from fairly early in the beginning, yeah. Okay, do we have questions? Anyone would like to throw some questions in here? Anyone? Okay. Well, it's, I think if we do not have any question, I would like to ask, yeah, before maybe we finish our discussion
One
today.
question from Karam.
Hold on. Is there a question? Oh, okay. Sorry, Karim, again, sorry. Do you think it is bad path to work straight after high school? And do you think a person without a degree can achieve as much as a person who has a degree?
Very relevant questions. Very relevant.
Depends
questions.
again, especially in these days in the gig economy. Yeah, even my brother, yeah, I can share my brother experience. He's fully work freelance and doing even well, and surprising well, and he's like doing a job quite flexible, and you know, he's having a work-life balance compared to me. Yeah. And then if degree or not degree, yeah, degree or not degree from uni, it's again depends, because for me myself got a privilege to take uni, because I read somewhere, I forgot the resource, but from SD ke SMP itu numbernya makin shrinking gitu, yang orang yang bisa lanjutin sekolah gitu kan ke jenjang yang lebih tinggi. So for that is why I'm saying in a lot of chances I quite privileged to take uni. That is why I'm not wasting this privilege. And then if I may choose whether I need to go to uni or not, yeah, again depends on your objective, your life objective, whether you want to, you know, learn more, or you just want to learn it from the real experience or the hard way. I guess that's possibly answering Karen's question.
Okay, thank you.
Can I add to that, Ibu Lily?
Yes, please, Ibu Ayu.
I remember I had a student once that actually asked me. She was a third semester 3 student at that time, and she asked me whether point blank actually, and she said, "Miss, please answer me honestly. Do you think this college degree is useful?" And I was in shock, but because of my poker face, stay calm, right? But deep inside, I was really shocked that somebody asked me that. But I understand the why she asked that questions. Her parents are all entrepreneurs, self-made entrepreneurs, right? They they do well, and so she told me, she said, my parents, they don't have college degree yet they're making it, that yet they can actually be successful. Do you think I need a college degree to be successful? And I think, to continue what Edward was saying, um, having a college degree doesn't guarantee you to be successful. I think we should underline that. It all goes back to you, right? It all goes back to your hard work. It goes back to your intention and whether you actually want to make it. And I think having a college degree, I think it's cemented your position in the world, because you have so much of competitors these days. Not all of us can be Bill Gates or Steve Jobs. And I think a lot of times, people are referring to them by saying, oh, if they can make it, they can build Microsoft and Apple, and they're not even college graduates. Maybe I have the same chance. Yeah, but I think if that doesn't really happen often, right? And I think if you have the opportunity to go to college to earn a higher degree, I think it's a privilege, just like what Edward is saying. I think it's truly a privilege, because not everybody can actually get one. Right?
Yes, that's true. So you do have a very good opportunity actually to enter, to continue the undergrad, and hopefully in the 4 years time you get graduate. And if you do have a chance, you can continue to the master degree. That is something that very fortunate, I think. Yeah, looking at maybe Indonesian people, not all are very fortunate like us in here, but I think you have to use this good opportunity. Okay, if we do not have any question from the freshmen, I think before we close this one, I would like to ask Edward again. What is the 3 tips for the freshman colleagues in here to be success in their studying or serving in the uni life? The 3 tips.
3 tips. Wow, a lot, miss. So maybe if I may say,
And okay as well.
yeah, maybe this entirely answer your question, miss. Sorry, the first the first page, miss. Sorry. Yeah, maybe this entirely summarize the answer for my. So basically, you need to set your goal, because without goal, basically we will drift it in the life. And then with goal is not enough. You need to set another goal to challenge the current goal. So that is why I said to myself, I need to become a high achiever. So that's one. And then begin with the end in mind will support the first statement, which is after I realize myself to have a goal and to challenge the goal, and then finally I need to know where I will land. Like for instance, for me, hopefully, my goal is to be not entirely work or having a side hustle, within the age of 40. Yeah, so that's my end goal in this case. And then, of course, after that, two strategies, and then I might say I will do pay in advance as many as possible, as fast as possible, whatever I can achieve in my spare time or in my free time. Like I learn about the stock market, I learn about the investment, and I also learn about what's new, what's happening in the market, like crypto and everything. I'm always curious, so that is why I'm saying that we need to pay in advance for whatever we do. Yeah, I guess that's can go.
Never stop learning, basically, ya juga ya.
Exactly.
Okay. By the way, I forget. You promised me actually to tell about your experience in here.
Waduh, malu.
Enggak lah.
Ini the left side is the actually as account manager, I'm not supposed to deliver a speech, right? It's a PR thing speech, and I spoke in front of media in here, and then was quite nervous back then, but it's not my first speech actually, because it's already with Acer, right? And my first account manager experience was with Lenovo, so it was a quite more to date experience. But then my boss back then say to me, if your senior colleague can do, why don't you also try to do it? Just prove yourself, just to prove yourself. And then I took the challenge to become a speaker, and I delivered the speaker for even various region in Indonesia. I used to travel a lot in Microsoft back then. And then for the one in the middle is actually the S10 launch. It was quite successful, yeah, the S10 launch, and it was a party. Usually in Samsung we used to have a party after launching party. And yeah, if I may share, he is my mentor, a very great mentor from Microsoft as well, and he moved to telco industry, and we met again in the gathering. And actually this guy is my colleague as well in the marketing, Johannes CD. He was also graduated from IB, and he was in Samsung as well. Yeah, and if I may share, in the industry, lots of BINUSian alumni, and they are very strong bonding when we met each other in the industry, especially when you have a boss graduated from BINUS as well. It's also a privilege. And then this is my latest experience in working from home in Grab. Again, another privilege, fully year, almost 2 years actually, to work from home without even need to going to go to the office. Even we are forced to not coming to the office because the risk and stuff and commute processes that might happen. So we do everything in Zoom call, and then yeah, it's quite nice. Yeah, as I mentioned, I often these days are having a 2 or 3 Zoom call at the same time. So yeah, quite challenging.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Edward, for sharing also giving us at least the 3 tips, as well as explaining about your journey in Microsoft and Samsung, as well in Grab. I do hope that this evening, our colleague, the freshman, can get some of your insight, right, and advice, and then they are not really afraid anymore right now to jump or to start next week into the uni life. Okay, I think why don't we give the big applause to Edward, guys, showing your academic. Thank you so much. Pak Marco and Ibu Ayu
Thank you.
also thank you for joining this session.
Happy to share, yes. And also to give my at least they the audience does not need to go through my journey and my tough time. At least I can share a bit to speed up their processes, speed up their decision making, and hopefully will be useful in the future for them.
For sure, it's going to be very useful. I think before we end, we better take some pictures in here. Siapa yang mau bantu untuk taking a picture? I can actually do some of the picture in here. FYP student siapa? Priska or somebody else? Do you mind the freshman students to turn on your camera, please?
Okay, everyone, please turn on your camera. I'll be taking the screenshot for the first slide. In 3, 2, 1. Second slide. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Third slide. 3, 2, 1. Thank you, everyone.